Yeah. I want to welcome y'all to the Arthur J and Tori TV podcast. Let's get it. Just sit back and let it breathe. We coming with more heat. You only get one shot. You shady or maybe not. You capping, we laughing. We on a mission. Now listen, we making statements and stating some of opinions and some of fact. So sit back and just relax. All the bull don't get no slack. We bringing it back to back with a swag and a class act. It's levels to this, and the truth will show who your friends are. That hate you won't get far. So be great. Let's debate. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm Arthur J.
And I'm Tori Sadell.
And we back with another video. We want to welcome y'all to the Arthur J and Tori TV podcast. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Emotions make you cry sometimes.
That's where you going?
Emotions make you cry sometimes. I had to, man. What's going on with you, brother?
I was okay until you just started singing.
Hey, man, don't be hating on the vocal, man. I'm Luther Vandross in the shower, man. You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Nah, man, we're going to get right into it. Y'all see the title, man. Using your emotions to play the victim. I want to tie you right in on this one, man. How you feel about that? Just right to it, man. People that use their emotions to play the victim, because you know people play the victim all the time. I'm not going to say specifics because it's going to sound like I'm trying to make it in one category. But
you know he do. He do that, ladies.
But it's the truth. It's the truth. Like with emotions, what you think of when you think emotions? When you think about physical, what you think about? When you think about emotions, everybody have them. But go ahead, man. I'm not going to go there. Go ahead,
the way this world going now, you got a lot of emotional men out here, dog. Like,
I ain't said.
Shut up.
He said it.
He crying.
You know, nowadays.
Who wear the pants? Anyway.
You got people, especially guys, get offended even when you talk like that. Men get offended when you talk like that. When did you ever come to this world where men get offended when you say stuff like what you just said? We used to be like, yeah, but now it's like, what? Anyways, go ahead.
But anyway, man, like you said, I don't believe you should use that power to manipulate somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because basically that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, and it is damaging. Like, dog, it could change everything. It's like negative. Like, you using your emotions to get basically what you want, really. You know what I'm saying? But trying to manipulate me to do whatever it is that you want me to do in the first place.
Let's talk about it.
But don't get mad at me when I be like I say, okay, cool. Yeah. And I act like I don't give a which I do, but man, I ain't got time for all that. I'm going to leave too. I'll be back. So, I mean, I just don't like it, man. It ain't no place. We ain't got time for mind games and all that crap, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be your relationship or friendship or, man, I don't go off emotions.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I want you to elaborate more in there because I know me and you was talking about it when you was talking about manipulation of emotional abuse. You know, I know we got the ideal off a video we saw,
of course,
in a woman. Not to say that we basing this. Don't listen to them, ladies. Not to say I'm basing everything on against the ladies, making it an even playing field. But to be honest, we got this ideal, and we was really inspired to do this episode based off this video.
Yeah.
So where the man, was not arguing, he wasn't chasing her, and all that stuff, which is we'll get later on that particular point. But I want you to go in on a little bit on the is that later on?
That's really it. The gist of it. You know what I'm saying? Basically, because we could touch on it when we read through our notes.
Yeah.
Basically, when you're using your emotions, because a man is a carer. Like, and I'm just going with it's a carer. We want to fix the problem. If it's an issue, we want to fix it. And by you knowing that, you manipulate the system by getting emotional. Like you say, hey, I want to break up. And if I don't be like, hey, why? What's going on?
Yeah,
it's an issue. But if I say, okay, fine, I respect your decision. Oh, you're not even going to fight for me? And now you trying to make me feel bad for something that you just brought up that you want. And a lot of us are waking up in a ways. We'll get into that later. And that's what I mean by emotional abuse, how you manipulating the the sense of how a man would react to try to fix, because we are fixers, we are problem solvers. But so long that it's getting old when you really don't feel like that. You just want me to feel some kind of emotional attachment, like, whoa, what did I do? Oh, hey, come on, let's make it. Now it's like, okay, I respect your decision.
Man, because at the end of the day, a lot of times people in general.
That's what you really want to say?
No, I don't. But I'm just being.
I'm gonna let you go.
I'm being politically correct for this very moment, because you know my therapist said, I'm
gonna let you cook.
Said, Arthur, you have to have a balance of seeing things on. I'm kidding. I don't have a therapist. Hey, but I definitely advise anybody that's going through something to, if you feel like you need a therapist, get it. But my point is that we tend to want things our way, and we want the response to be in a way that we want it to be, and it's not going to always be like that, because it could be best for the relationship that the man or woman don't respond in the way that you want them to respond. Man, you feel what I'm saying?
That right on the head, man. That's exactly what I'm trying. You good,
man? Because it's often that you have a lot of toxic traits that go on where it's always a blow up fight or argument. And that, we know you have highs and you have lows, you have good and you have bad. But if you can avoid it by any means, avoid it. Yeah. Some people feel like you don't care because you're trying to avoid, and I'm going to tie you right back in on that. You're trying to avoid an argument by not saying nothing. You chilling. Yeah. You just observing, you listening. Because as a man, we always was told that we not good listeners and we don't listen. And that time that you want to listen, now you saying you not saying nothing. Now I'm confused.
I ain't got no input. You ain't got no.
It's like, yeah. You like, what do you really want? Like, what do you really want from me? I hate to say that, but what do you really want from me? Because I am trying to be a good listener at this point. Yeah. And I think the young lady was like, I think she said something to the degree of, this ain't the time to just listen. What? So now you telling me, you'll say, don't cut me off, and you not listening. You're not trying to see it from my perspective. And then when I see it from your perspective and I'm just not arguing with you, now you saying this ain't the time to just listen. So you telling me when it's the time to speak, like speak.
Exactly. Exactly. And
speak.
And if you a man, if you a man, and I ain't saying you got to be the toughest, strongest, but at the end of the day, ain't nobody no hand-picked man going on around here, as the older folks say. I'm gonna speak my mind when just how I see it come, and I'm gonna try to be respectful as I do it. But as far as playing those mind games, cause I didn't respond the way you set this up in your head. You was playing checkers, not chess. You set it up thinking I was gonna respond, and I didn't give you that. Now it's an issue. You know what I'm saying? So, if it's an issue, a real issue, a person would know. But at the same time, I'm not finna be feeding your ego because you having an emotion breakdown right now because you want something out of me. But
man, we're gonna get it right into the next one, man. Emotional abuse can be more damaging than physical abuse.
Yeah. Definitely. Now that definitely.
And I'm gonna tie you right into that before I respond. How you feel about that?
Man, listen. I'd rather neither. What I'm finna about to say, I'd rather neither. But my body, I could heal from a punch. Like quick. But if you messing with my mental,
talk about it.
Man, that is something, that mind will make you do some strange things, man. So I'd rather you physically hit me and I know right now this hurt, ouch, than to keep on abusing me mentally. And I'm all messed up inside, because people, most of the time when men or women do stuff they're just tired mentally, dude, it ain't no stopping that. You know what I'm saying? And it comes from left field somewhere. It's just build up to you. You just, out there. But physically, I know this hurt right then and there. I know it hurt. Don't hit me no more. We're going to go through that. But when you just are mentally abusing me, man, like, you could suck the life out of a person. You could not. I know it's a self-esteem of their own and all that, but, man, you could really damage people, man. Like, it's a lot of people that's why people need therapy, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that be like, hey, tough love, but where's the love? Like, mentally abuse, man, that junk is crazy, dog. And you never see it coming. So
man, yeah, I think a lot of times we take that for granted. I think a lot of times we think that because there's no scars on the outside that are showing,
talk your talk, man.
That it tend to just be overlooked, and that really need to be observed even more.
Yeah.
Because the things that you can't see, like when doctors do they operation, they really be in depth with their operations with things that they can't see. I'm no doctor, but it just common sense to me that they really go into the surgery and really have to cut in open into the womb. Let that breathe.
And it never seems to, like, you think you healed from it, but the next time a person wants to mental abuse you, you just reopening up the wound that never got to heal properly. Now I'm just out there again, like I say. But you're right, man.
Man, yeah, you have to get healed, man. And a lot of times when we're dealing with anybody in life, and we speaking with people, or in a relationship with people, or with family members, or on a job, or wherever you go in life, and you're dealing with so much that you're holding in, and that you feel like nobody can see, so I don't have to deal with it. But mentally, like you say, it's harder to. It makes sense when you say that, because it's harder, because I'm telling you, I played sports, you played sports. Even if people that didn't play sports, you went outside playing as a kid or whatever back in the day, especially our era, and we've all have skint our knees or skint our arms or something. I don't sit around thinking about that. That don't do nothing to me. It's just like, heal. Man, whatever, like that. But you can't whatever a mental abuse. You can't whatever that. You can't, like, it's something about, it's stuff that I remember as kids. It's stuff that I heard, stuff that was said to me as a kid, that it's still hard to get past that. For the two people in the back that didn't catch that. It's things that you're dealing with in your life that have scarred you for life, that you haven't overcome it yet. You haven't overcame it yet. So when you just continue to whatever it, or try to continue to just tuck it in like it never happened, I feel like it attacks you more. It's just like having I'm gonna tie you right back into it, but it's just like having a disease where you're not getting it treated. You're just ignoring it. What happened? It continues to spread. And before you know it, it take you out.
Yep.
Tie you right in, baby.
And like you say, it's like a boxer, using a boxer analogy. It's always the punch you see coming, you can handle that. It's the ones that you don't see like that does the most damage and knock you out. And that's just like physical abuse. Yeah. I see that coming. I know how to handle that. But the one that I don't see is that mental, and you just beating me down mentally inside, is the one that people check out on and commit suicide or whatever, anything else. You know what I'm saying? So it's way different than just that physical.
Yeah, man, we still got about a minute and a half. Yeah, it's a thing of circumstances that we go through, especially as I see a lot of men do it, where when they're dealing with emotions, they tend to use those emotions in a negative way, whether it's an outburst of fighting or outburst of violence, instead of just really dealing with the mental in a mental way, because that's what you're dealing with. A mental, fighting, you're not gonna, if you gotta protect yourself, you're not trying to deal with it in the mental way, because that's not the time to deal with it in the mental way. You gotta put them hands up and protect yourself or protect your family. Or if somebody go into your house and they robbing, you gotta go get that fire, because you gotta protect. You're not thinking about, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
But when you in a situation where you can talk about things and it has nothing to do with violence, we still don't want it. We still want to go to the source of violence when it's not the time.
It ain't the time.
It ain't protecting yourself. So I think that can be a big portion of really needing help, because you're dealing with an emotional abuse that you thought you have conquered. You thought that you got rid of. You thought you got past it, but in all reality, it's just trauma that you just not willing to face and confront right up front. Man, we're gonna get right into the next one, man. Men are built to pursue, not chase. I'm gonna start this off before I tie in with you, man. I think a lot of times, and you recently said something on the on the episode back when we was basically giving someone a compliment. Yeah, you gotta look at me like that.
Okay, where we going?
Just hear me out. He was basically giving a compliment, or whatever. But I'm gonna just talking in general. I'm gonna be nice, because it's crazy to me Now, I hear some women that say, because you do have nowadays, let's speak on nowadays. Nowadays, you have a lot of men that want women to chase them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you have women out there that are chasing men. And back in the days, before I get to my major point, back in the days, you've had men, it was known for a man to chase a woman. And I like the way, and my point that I'm getting to is, I like the way we break it down to saying that, you know, men are built to pursue, not chase, because I think people get it twisted with that word chase. I'm a man, I'm a single man. He's a married man, I'm a single man. I ain't chasing no women out there.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to let that breathe for the two people in the back that just fell asleep. I'm not chasing no woman. It's not about chasing you, women. This ain't no opinion. This is real man stuff. It's not about chasing you. If I see something that I'm interested in, I'm going to pursue you.
Yep.
And if you show me, and this is why he started laughing, because we ain't getting into the deep part of it, but if you show me, because he know I had this experience not too long ago, where you're not interested, I'm going to step off. How I look, having confidence in myself, knowing who I am, knowing who I am and who I come from and who made me, that I can't have the confidence to know that I am the man, to know that I am somebody, to know that I am special, to know that I am intelligent. So why should, with all that going through my head, why should I even think about chasing you? Y'all get it twisted when you be like, man, I'm going to chase the woman of my dream. You know, I like to be the chaser. I heard that in the movie. You know, I'm old fashioned. I like to be the chaser. Well, I'm old fashioned on a lot of things too, but I'm not gonna be no chaser of anybody.
Yeah, I get tired too.
You know,
I'm trying to get in shape, but I am getting tired.
Pursuing you and chasing you is a totally different thing. And I'm gonna tie you right in before I get right back into it. I'm gonna tie you right in on that.
You just hit all my points I was gonna say, because like you said, it is. I think it's a misconception of what they mean to pursue. They use it as, a woman is to be chased. No, I'm not finna chase you. I'm going to pursue you. I'm going to let it be known that I'm interested in you. I'm going to let it be known, I mean, so far I like you. I'm going to let all those things be known. No problem with that. You ain't got to come and say, hey, let me get your number. This past talking. You ain't got to say none of that, because if I like you, it's cool if you do now. I ain't knocking it. But if I like you, I pursued my wife. She didn't pursue me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let it be known, but let her been, acting like, or not even acting funny, like showing me that she wasn't interested. I'm not going to keep chasing. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's just because when a person is interested in you and when they not, because they make time for who they want to make time for. If they're that interested in you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to chase you and be getting my feelings hurt. I know how to fall back. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I might not be for you, and that's cool. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like I said, I'm going to pursue you. I'm not going to chase you. So
right, man. And to me, that's a sign of emotional abuse, on both ends. Because the reason why I say on both ends, because in my opinion, when you have a person that have the mentality that I got to chase you, whether you a man or a woman, especially as a woman, if you chasing a man, that's you emotionally just not there. Like you're not in tune with the greater end being of yourself. Like you're not in tune with the inside of who you was built to be. And as a man, that's feeling like you have to chase and you're not in tune with yourself as well, because when you chase her, I heard a preacher say this, when you chase her, if you get her, you got to keep chasing her. Let that breathe. You got to keep chasing her, because a woman that want a man to chase you, not pursue, but chase you, when you get her, she going to be so used to you being such a chaser. Now you got to chase after her just loving you and knowing that you're giving your best. Mm-hmm. You got to chase for her to accept you for who you are. Oh, I'm talking to somebody. You got to chase her for admiring you, complimenting you, accepting you.
Yep.
But when you pursue her and she know, oh, he ain't chasing me, she already know, oh, he'll fall back quick. Then when you get her, she'll know I was good before I came, and I can be good if I leave. Yeah. Hopefully I can stay and we can build this together and we can be in this together, man. But as long as you think I'm going to chase you, you got another thing in common.
Yeah, and that's real now.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want to encourage anybody, whether you a male or female, don't chase nobody. Don't think. I don't subscribe to a man wanting a woman to chase him. I definitely don't subscribe to that.
That's what I was finna say. Like, dude, that's backwards, bro. Like,
definitely don't want no
these
man.
women like to say sassy. That giving all sassy moments right there, dog. Like, just be grown, and if you interested, you interested. If not, leave her alone, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, in my younger stage, I was taught, give him your, and I'm gonna tell you this. This was a game I got from a elderly person that should have told me different. I was 20. That's why I got all my girls, right? So anyway, you're like, give him your A to kiss. And if they keep coming back, you got them. You can basically do anything to do them. You can stay out all type of night and all this crap. And once I got older, I'm like, that I want to be accountable for being out all night. Like, I want to be convicted of, man. Dang, dog, I'm out all night, man. I ain't. But with those particular girls,
that's deep, there, man.
I'm like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I start getting in trouble more and more because I ain't feel like I had the answer to nobody. It's my way or the highway, but that just ain't the way to go, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're in your 30s and 40s. So, like, come on now.
Yeah, it ain't about chasing, man. Pursuing, man. We're gonna get right into the next one, man. And this is really summing it all up, man. Your emotional baggage could damage others. Now, people may say, well, why such a topic? Or why such a point right here? This is a key point right here, man, because a lot of times people move on from relationship to relationship or friendship to friendship or just trying to come into the presence of many people and their emotional baggage that they bring. It weighs very heavy and it's draining to the other person that's in your life. And I feel like that's selfish. That's very selfish, because if you see a person that you just met, no matter what connection it is, friendship, relationship, whatever, and your whole thing is accept me who I am or don't judge me. It ain't about judging. It ain't about downplaying. It's not about that I'm not there with you. It's not that you can't have a friend or a partner that can be there for you.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful when you give a person a jump.
Yeah. Because everybody go through things.
It could drain your battery, and then if both of y'all can't get to the destination of where you trying to get
Thank you. Don't check your luggage in.
Where are we?
Don't
emotional baggage. I want to tie you right in on that, man, because that was deep when you pointed that out off camera to me. I'm like, man, that's
like for real. Do not check your emotional baggage in on this journey or this trip we finna go on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying again that people don't go through things, because people do. I still go through things, but it's, you have that one friend. We not even talking about relationship. You have a one friend or something. Every time you come around them, it's something. Yeah. It's like that negative energy. You know what I'm saying? To boil it all up. Like, you always got something going on. It's just like not pleasant to be around it. Before you know it, it just sucks the life up out of you. So like, don't use me for your counsel. Pay me. You know what I'm saying? Counselors get paid to deal with people emotional things, and they try to fix them. But at least they trying to fix them. But don't be that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang.
Some of y'all go through situations on your job where this person don't have no ties to you, where they not related to you, they not in a relationship with you, they just a co-worker. And they bring this negative energy that you hate to see them coming. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say that. That happens often in life, where a person come, I call it the what it was, the Eeyore off of Winnie the Pooh. How you say his name?
Who?
Is it?
Did you just reference Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
The donkey?
The donkey. What was his name? It was the Eeyore. I think it was Eeyore.
I think it probably was, but I don't know. I'm old.
But you know what I'm talking about when nobody want to play with me.
You know, I came up with like Tom and Jerry now.
I did too, man. But I remember how depressing it was to even hear him talk. So when people come around, I call them Eeyore, because I hope I'm saying the name right, because it's like, boy, you bringing all this sad, negative, emotional energy, and you want everybody to accept it, because in this society, a lot of people, it's almost like they train you to accept things that you don't have to accept. No, you need to go get your emotions right before you come over here, sis. Or before you come over here, bruh. You need to go over there and get your emotional baggage right. You need to really, whatever kind of help you need to get. Yeah. And this is not to say that God don't place people in your life to help you out, but God also know what is not needed for the other person.
Yeah.
So they won't have to. So they get off track and off focus on what is ahead for this person and what they need to be focused on, man.
Because at the end of the day, it's like this. Somebody told me this. If you pouring, you steady, whether it's friendship, relationship, whatever it may be, you're steady pouring into this person to make sure they day is going okay, because it's always something, but you're just pouring in, pouring. Don't you know, as you pouring, you're emptying your own glass? As you pouring, you're emptying your own glass. You just can't keep pouring into, say it's the same person with the same always something. You just can't do that, because if you're pouring into them, they're draining you.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And they use you as an emotional support system. But when things are going, and this how you know it's like that. When things are going good in their life, you probably don't hear from them. And that's just facts.
That is
Don't
true,
call me when you always going through something.
Yeah.
Nah, I could go weeks and weeks without hearing from you when things are good. Oh, they must be. And I want things to be good, but just don't use me as that. Don't emotional abuse me. I thought we was cool, but you just calling me when you going. Call me when something good, when you good.
Man, that's so true, man. People will use you like that. People don't always just use you financially.
Exactly.
Let that breathe. A lot of times people use you for your time. They use you just because they're going through things like you say, and they need somebody to vent to, that's all cool, but you have to be careful of that, because what happens when they get up? What happens when they get that money? What happened if they win that lottery and you was there for them? You took them here, there. You took them counseling. You helped them with their bills. You helped them when they was going through it in their relationship. You helped them when they was going through it with their family. But when they no longer need you, and now you dealing with emotional abuse, and you have things that you're going through, because not only are you dealing with your own trauma, your own emotions, you dealing with their emotions. So now you got their emotions on top of your emotions that you're dealing with, and guess what? They long gone.
Exactly.
With their life, living the best life, and then now you dealing with more things that you was dealing with before on top of this.
You better have them boundaries. That's when you set boundaries. Like, whoa, you got to notice stuff. You have to notice stuff. Pay attention, because people will do to you what you allow them to continue to do.
Let that breathe.
And that's just with anybody, man, woman, child, whatever it may be. A person will stop doing what they're doing to you when you realize and wake up and set your own boundary. Like, look, I don't mean no disrespect, but this is what I stand on now.
Yeah.
So,
And y'all just got to keep that in mind, man, as we closing, man, boundaries and, dealing with emotional abuse. So many of us deal with that. We deal with it, or we have dealt with it, and some of you are going to deal with it, but you can overcome it. And there's so many different ways and so many examples that you can go by to know that, hey, there's always an option. There's always a way out, and there's always, obstacles that we can overcome. You don't have to just stay in it and just lay in it and just suffer with it and just feel like you gonna leave this earth dealing with that, and it's never gonna be no come up. It's never gonna be no better outcome.
And if you feel that that's the person you want to hold true and dear, be honest with them. If you want to seek counseling with them, say, hey, I think we need to seek whatever. Just try to get better, but you got to protect yourself at the same time.
Absolutely, man. I want y'all to hit that like, hit that subscribe button, comment. Please share. We're gonna continue to say it, man. We're trying to get these numbers up. We're trying to grow. And the only way we can do that is with y'all, man. We're going to have our info in the description. We want to thank y'all for supporting us, man. We want y'all to follow us, man. I'm Arthur J.
And I'm Taurus Adele.
And like we always say, to the next time, peace.